Hi everyone, welcome to another training session with Agent Point. Today we're going to look at how to create listings from your property hub. So we've logged into the property hub and we're looking at the dashboard at the moment. So you can create new listings for your website from the dashboard itself by clicking into any of these buttons here. So residential for sale, residential for lease, commercial for sale, for lease, got project for sale, business for sale, and new development. Or you could go on to the listings tab, and again you would see these buttons showing up under the create new listing heading. So we'll just look at creating a residential for sale listing today. So just simply click on the button, and once we're in there, so first of all you need to fill out the property address. So you can see the country is pre-populated as Australia. We need to select the suburbs. So I'll just start to type in and I'll create a listing in Victoria. So as you type in the suburb and you select from the drop-down list, it automatically populates the region, state, and the postcode. So all you need to do is then enter the street number or the unit number, and the mandatory fields are always shown by a red asterisk sign. So you can see the unit number is an optional field, but I'll still just put in a unit number over there. Street number, I'll just put it there. Street name, Wakefield. Now you can select this to either display the full address on your website, or you could only select suburb only to just display the suburb on the website, so it won't display the full address. Next up, we need to fill out the property data. So select the property type, which is, I'll select as apartment, give it a nice headline. I'll just fill out with test and then give it a nice description so that it helps with your SEO and all. And again, these are all optional fields, so if you want to fill out the water rates, strata rates, council rates and everything, you can all fill that out here. Estimated rental return, and you can also select if they are per week, per month, per quarter, or per year. And then I'll just leave them empty for now. Then we go into the room section where we can select how many bedrooms are there, how many bathrooms are there. You can also mention the total number of rooms, if there's any ensuite in the apartment, and how many car spaces are there. So I'll just select 2 for the garage spaces. If there are any off-street parking. Also, you can select if what's the energy efficiency rating. If you could just select not applicable, or just leave it as please select if you don't want to select anything. Now the map over here, it actually picks up automatically from the address that we type in over here. However, if it doesn't show up correctly, you can always click map above address to refresh the map, and then it should pick up the correct address. Also, sometimes if just for any reason it's not showing the correct location, you can always click on the map to move the pointer, and that should select that address. For now, I'll just click on map above address because that's the address that we want to show on the map. And again, these are all optional fields, so land area, floor area, and all those things like that. And you can also select if they are in squares, square feet, square meter, whatever it is. You can fill out those details. Features, I'll just select a few to start with. So you can select what features you've got, if they're close to schools or shops, they're close to public transport and things like that. Then I'll scroll down. So these are the external links. If you'd like to add a video URL to this property, you can just copy and paste the YouTube link over here, and then it will start showing on the front end of your website if it's coded that way to show the videos. And then we can select an auction date and time if the property is going for auction. If not, you can just leave it as it is. Again, you can see there are no red asterisk signs on these, so these are not mandatory fields. These are only optional fields if the property is an auction property. Otherwise, the price is definitely a mandatory field, so we'll just put in the price over here, and there you go. So we can always select display above price, or we can check this one as well to display the text in place of price, just in case you don't want to show the price. Now, in this case, if you select display text in price, and you could also put in a different number, actually you can put in the price over here different and then put a different price over here, but just keep this in mind that when you're doing a search on your website, and if people are selecting, filter by price, then this is the price that is actually used to do those filtering. So for example, you put in $1,000,000 over here, whereas a display text in place of price, you can put in $2,000,000. But when you do a filter on the website saying I want to see properties that are worth $1,000,000, then this will show up even though it's showing $2,000,000 over here, because the price is recorded as $1,000,000 on the database. So just keep that in mind when you are setting up a different price, if you are setting up a different price for the property. Then we need to select a primary contact. So this will be from the list of agents that's already in there in your Property Hub account. So we'll just select one, and then we can select another secondary contact. For example, we'll just select another one. If you want to add in any vendor details, or if there's any REA profile ID that you'd like to add. If not, we can simply click on submit. That should take us to the next section. There you go. So that's been done. Now, after you've filled out all the details, then these other tabs show up. So we'll just go one by one. We actually don't need to go through in details about the last 4 or 5 tabs, but yep, we'll just go through each one of them. So for media, you can simply select a file. So you can just choose file, and then you can just go ahead and upload a file. So just click and upload a file, and then you can again click another one, you can, and then add another one, and then you can actually choose all those files. And then once you have chosen all those files, selected them, then you can click on upload photos, and that will upload the photo to this listing. You can also add property plans, or property brochure galleries, audio gallery, anything like that. You can also add the video gallery. Click here to upload a video through YouTube, so you can do that very easily. You can just click here and add a YouTube video ID, so it's really simple. Adding these are very straight up. Next, we can look at the open time section. So this is where if you've got any inspection date or time, you can just add them over here. So just inspection date, select the date, how long this inspection is running, so it will be a recurring one or not. You can select the comments time. There you go. So that's the hours and that's the minutes. And then you can also select the end time. And then once that's done, you can just click submit. I'll actually just create one just to show you how it's done. And then I can just click submit, and that should add the open time. So there you go. So it's been created already, and it will automatically start showing up on your website as well. Next, we can go into the extra section. So this is usually we don't need to use this tab, but sometimes you do have custom fields depending on if you're getting a custom website or not. Then only you can usually use these fields. Otherwise, we just leave them for custom websites. However, you can tick this one over here, featured property, so that you can actually, if you have a featured property on your homepage of your website and you have this ticked for a specific listing, that listing will actually show up on your website homepage as a featured property. So this is how you actually select a property to be featured or not. So you can just simply, once you have already published a listing, you can actually come back by clicking on edit listing and then come to the extras tab, and you can simply just tick this property to be featured or not. Next, we can look at the status. So this is where you select the property status if it's available. Of course, when you are creating the listing, it's probably an available listing. That's why you're creating it. However, sometimes, of course, it could be an under offer listing or a sold listing or withdrawn. So you just simply change the status and just hit submit, and that should change the status of the listing as well. I'll just click submit over here. Then once that's all done, you can go to the next tab, which is preview. So just simply click on preview, and then it will show you how this is looking. So it doesn't give you a very specific look of your website, look and feel, but it does give you a rough idea, how the listing may look on the website. So that's just a simple preview tool that we've got. And for these exports, again, these are usually set up by our data specialist for you, so you just need to let us know beforehand if you are exporting to REA or domain, and then we'll get everything set up for you. But it's just, if you don't want to export a specific listing to real estate, you can just sort of uncheck it, and then that won't be set up, and you just need to click submit. So that's pretty much it. We'll talk about these in another video, but for this one I just wanted to give you a demonstration of how you create the listing, so we can just go back and see if this listing has been created or not. It's 24 Wakefield Street. So there you go. So that's the latest listing that we have added. It's showing as available, and we can see the listing ID over here. And if you would like to edit this listing, you can simply click on edit, and then again you can see all those details, and you can change anything. You can go into extras and untick the listing to be a featured property, or actually we didn't save that before. So just make sure whenever you are selecting or making any changes to any of these tabs, just keep an eye and see and look for this submit button. So whenever you've made a change, just hit submit so that it saves that change for this specific listing. All right, thanks for joining us, and we will see you for another video. Thank you.